So let's talk about, I mean, it's so this is so just really just the arc of your story of knowing you want to do something else, preparing for it, being prepared to work hard, kind of forcing yourself out of your comfort zone. And but at the same time, having the energy or the push or the affirmation that comes from knowing you actually are doing what you want to do and you're helping people doing it. So let's talk about some of the tricks of the trade, because I know that this is part arts, part science. So let's talk about the science.
Yeah, so practically speaking, yeah, that we want to focus on prospecting, and I'll take it back to think of what prospecting was or is in the general sense of prospecting was a bunch of people moving across the entire United States to find gold. And if you think about that journey, it probably was miserable and horrible, and and they wanted to quit every day because they didn't have food or they didn't have water or whatever. But their eye was on the prize, right, of the gold of like, but it wasn't an easy process. And I think that's where people like prospecting should be easy. No, it's the hardest thing of the game. But if you do it right, it you're going to get all that gold at the end. It just takes a while to get there. So usually I'll start off with networking. So you talked about where do I network or how do I network? Different for everybody, but and we probably talked about this at Commonwealth before. Who's your client? Like, who is your client? If you are looking for people that do arts or beginner artists, Meetup, I'm sure, has some great beginner art groups that are out there that I would say you would join every one of them and be part of every event they have and get to know them and become friends with them because they probably hang out with people that do art. And so then you start to build your sphere, and it's not that you sell what you do, but you become friends with this network because they have a common interest as you, or commonality. And then they tell people about you because you're a great person and you're awesome. And by the way, you also do this that they could potentially help them with. Where do they hang out? Again, this is a little bit different in the COVID area, but joining groups of where they hang out. I could probably say in my world, a lot of people that golf or play tennis have disposable income because that is an expensive thing. And if I'm looking for people that have higher incomes, that might be a place that I'd want to either learn how to play golf or tennis, which I'm horrible at, both. But those would be areas of like, where do I want to hang out? So for you or whoever, where are the right people that I need to be around that are going to actually want my service? And you're going to get a lot more yeses that way versus just a random, kind of like David said, cold calling. That's the toughest because it's random. But if you can surround yourself with similar interests and similar paths, you're going to get a lot more yeses. Same with hobbies. That kind of goes into like the golfing stuff. Just getting yourself in circles of things you like doing that they like doing, that you become friends. All of my clients are my family. They are my friends. I know about their dogs. I know about their families. I know about what they like to do on the weekends. I go next week, I'm going BB gun shooting with one of my clients in his backyard of a course he built. Not because it has anything to do with the financial advising that I do for him, because we just have a commonality of hang out and do something fun and whatever. But guess what he's going to tell his friends when somebody talks about a financial advisor? I got a financial advisor that comes to my house, hangs out with me, and plays whatever with me or whatever.